Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm just going to be doing a cameo tier list. So without further ado, let's begin. So the first cameo is Farah. I think Farah is one of the strongest cameos in the game. Crazy mix. It's really hard to OS it or fuzzy block the overheads and lows. So for that reason, I'm going to put her in S. You also get throw combos with Farah for some characters, and you also get armored launchers too. You can wake up armor, and then you can call out Farah and make it safe on block. Or if it hits, then you get a full combo. And it uses only half a cameo bar, which is really crazy. If you have half a cameo left. If you have like the full bar, then it'll use the entire thing. But that's besides the point. I just think that Farah is like one of the strongest characters in game. And not only that, but you also get extra health, which is kind of insane. Even if you lose health with Farah, I feel like she's really good, so I'm not too sure why you get health in the first place. The next one is definitely KAMEO. The KAMEO knives make your unsafe move save. Great chip and a great defensive tool too. The knives go full screen, so you can, do your teleport, use the knives, get in, or go for chip, go for plus frames. And I feel like the recovery is a little too fast. I feel like since they nerfed the recovery on the ambush cameos on Striker, I feel like they should have done the same exact thing to Kano, but they never changed it. The next cameo, who I think is also S tier, is definitely Movado. You only use your cameo on hit when something actually launches, which is crazy. So he's one of those cameos where like you almost always have them. You get the insane conversions, you get really good setups with the low slide, and ultimately like all of his moves is so good. You get throw combos off the little mine thing. Movado quite literally goes well with everyone. The next cameo, who I think is also S tier, and this one is a little controversial, but I really do think that Motaro is just annoying as heck. So kind of like Kano, right? You make unsafe move save, which is really annoying. You can do that with Motaro, but in a different way, right? Instead of like continuing the pressure, you get to put yourself full screen now, which is insane. You have forward cameo, which is plus 15 on block. And then you can start to, extend your pressure with like a low overhead or grab, and is very annoying to deal with. Especially with like characters like Geras, Sector especially. Motaro is and Liu Kang. The next S tier cameo, I think, honestly, is Sector. You get insane throw combos. You have the missile, which is really good. You can use that a lot in offense and defense and combo extension too. Sector, you don't lose health, but the fact that you don't lose health and you have like other options, just such as combo extension and throw combos, just makes them a very like all-purpose, all-around, just really solid cameo. The next cameo that I think goes in S tier, and I think it's Jax. I think Jax is an S tier cameo. You get 100 extra health. Down cameo is plus 7 on block with a lot of pushback, so it's a really good like get off me tool, reset neutral type of tool. Ground pound is really good because, like I said, it can make unsafe moves safe now. There aren't a lot of cameos that can do like insane stuff and give you health at the same time, and I feel like Jax is one of those that gives you too much of both. You get insane pressure, insane defense, insane offense, and you get 100 extra health. So I think Jax is just really strong, especially with like Scorpion. Jax is really strong. Jax Brock is actually pretty strong too, and Jax goes well with a lot of characters. I feel like Jax is definitely an S tier cameo. The next one is also a very shocking one, Serena. The buffs made her insane. It doesn't scale as much as like some of the other cameos in the game. I feel like they haven't really nerfed her scaling, and you can get easily 50% combos, right? You have safe combo extensions, and all of her moves are safe, and you also get 50 health. So, but you kind of lose a lot on those like defense, offense tools that people are gonna abuse like in very high level. The next S tier character, I think, is Chameleon. So Chameleon and Serena have their own weaknesses and strengths. Basically, Serena's weaknesses is basically Chameleon's strengths, and Chameleon's weaknesses is Serena's strengths. Okay, so what Serena lacks is like the defense and offense tools, the ambush moves, the mixed up tools. Chameleon has all of that. The only problem with Chameleon is the fact that you lose health, and the damage sucks. Like, if you watch my videos, like 90% of the combos I do with Chameleon with any character in game is gonna do like shy 30%. I'm not like 35% at most, depending on the character, but never like above 40. Her fatal blow sucks. It's more of like the mix-ups, the mind games that make her really good. So she is in S tier, but the bottom of S tier. I truly think that you shouldn't lose health with Chameleon because she is the hardest cameo to use in the game. I do main Chameleon. She is an S tier cameo still, but I think she's like in the bottom of S tier. So I think now we're going into A tier in my opinion. The first cameo I think is Sonya. You get overhead, which I do fall for it sometimes. You get combo extension. You do not lose health, and the dive kick is really good in some situations, like Natara or Takeda, where you can like do the low kunais or the overhead dive kick, or Natara, same thing, overhead dive kick. Really hard to block. Her overhead is actually pretty hard to block too. And her overheads are actually pretty strong in this game. You do fall for it. It is safe on block unless you up block it. She has combo extension. She's just super solid. I mean, in my opinion. The next cameo I think is Janet. I don't think Janet is as good as Sonya actually. They have some similarities. Janet has the best combo extension in the game, like in the entire game. The fact that you can loop the punch thing 3 times. It really does come in handy with like a lot of characters. Like you can get like insane setups, insane Oki, insane guessing, but she doesn't offer like the lows and a mix-up tool like Sonya. And Sonya does offer an overhead tool, so for characters that have lows, you can mix that with an overhead. Jaina has no mix-ups. The next cameo I think is Goro. This is like all the ambush moves, all the ambush cameos that make your unsafe move safes are really good. And out of all of those cameos that they can offer that, I think Goro is the worst one due to the recovery, and you're not that plus when you call out the little punch. And nobody has used the other moves. They only use the punch move. Like Sector, like you're gonna use the homing missile, you're gonna use the regular missile, you're gonna use a flamethrower for like a restand. Goro, I've only seen like the punch. I've never seen like the punch walk. I've never seen the unblockable move being used. I've never seen like the throw extension move being used. All of Goro's moves, the recovery is very slow. Like every single one of them. There isn't like a move where it has like a pretty fast recovery. They're all pretty slow recovery, I feel like. Goro used to go really well with like Kung Lao and Tanya, but since they nerfed Kung Lao and Tanya, like Goro has been kind of like been downplayed a lot. The next cameo is Striker. Arguably, Striker could be better than Goro. So with that being said, I might just do that. I might switch these two. They're definitely next to each other because they kind of share the same concept. They pretty much go with everyone. You know, Striker does lack recovery like Kano, because Kano has the fastest recovery and serves the exact same purpose as Striker and Goro. So it's like you might as well use Kano. The knives go full screen, the ball goes full screen. You might as well use Kano in like most situations. I mean, these two, the only difference is that these two can launch you on hit. It's good in some situations, but I feel like the recovery on like Kano's recovery on the knives to make up for it. You can really just spam his like knives, and it gets really annoying. The next cameo I think is gonna be Kung Lao. Kung Lao doesn't. You don't really see Kung Lao anymore unless if you're like with Sindel. Especially Sindel is definitely like the top pick with Kung Lao. You're not gonna see Kung Lao with a lot of characters, but like overall, Kung Lao is very solid. Honestly, like the only move you're gonna really see from Kung Lao is holding the cameo and then trying to get like a setup of it, and all their other moves are very like mid. They don't really offer a lot. It's really just like the cameo and holding the Lao hat and then trying to like get some like setup going. The next cameo I think is Scorpion. Now, Sonya and Scorpion are somewhat similar, but I feel like the overhead isn't really good. I don't get hit by Scorpion's overhead. The overhead, like, it just gets blocked, like regardless of how well you mix it up, like regardless of the lows you have. The combo extension is good. It's definitely better than Sonya. Not as good as Janet. And the overhead is kind of somewhat useless, especially in high level. So we're gonna get into the B tier. So the first one is Tremor. I think Tremor is in B tier. He's like a below average cameo, but he isn't a low tier cameo. But he is a little bit below average. You're only gonna see Tremor with Reiko. You do get 100 health, but you know all of the ambush moves are gonna obviously use the entire cameo meter. And the special moves that aren't ambushes, there really isn't a good move in there. So that's why Tremor kind of struggles. You're not going to see Tremor with anyone besides Reiko's because the command grab, and that's literally it. The next one in my list is Frost. Frost is a really good cameo. The slide, like in high level, the slide isn't going to get blocked. Is going to get blocked and full combo punish because it is unsafe. It's really the ice orb, I think, is our best move. The only time you use a slide is off a hit confirm, honestly. For mix-ups, maybe in low level you'll get some people, but in higher level, like it's gonna get blocked most of the time, and you are gonna get opened up for a full combo. You can cancel whatever combo, and the combo with the ice orb, grab them and get a full combo. It's actually I've seen some people do it to me. Like I've gone grab combo by Frost, and it's actually pretty cheap. The only way to really avoid this is to armor at the right time. But the setups with Frost, like there's a lot of potential that this cameo has, and I feel like people don't really utilize the ice ball. The next cameo I think is Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero can be really good in some situations, especially like the parry. I think the parry is actually good now. The clone's actually good now, where you can actually like throw yourself to close the distance. I think that's really good, and you're plus on block too. Sub-Zero is actually gotten better. You get health. And I think because of that, he might be better than Frost. Now I'm going into B tier. I mean, sorry, not B tier, C tier. The first one, Cyrax. I think Cyrax is like a bottom 3 cameo, which is good. Because had they make the helicopter move, the chip move, half a cameo, literally Cyrax would be like next to Kano, probably like above Kano, I'm not gonna lie. But since it requires a full bar, there isn't really a move that's really used outside of the copter. Cyrax was OP. The only move that people use is a copter. The net like doesn't really combos into like maybe like 5% of moves. Like some people can combo off the net. Most characters cannot because the startup is so slow. It's good that you can lose meter from it, but like there's like only like 2 characters that can actually combo off the net. The next one is Shunjiko. You get health, you get good special moves, but you don't really get any like ambush moves. And the thing is, you have to call out Shunjiko, get the meter, and then you can finally use them. And then some of the moves actually use the full cameo bar, and then you can actually like just poke, like hit Shunjiko, and then Shunjiko is just out of there. And now you have to wait for him to come back, and then you can start calling out Shunjiko to recover. Like it's a lot of work. He's unnecessarily really hard to use, because if you want to get good at the game, Shunjiko is gonna help you get there, because he's very like a foolproof, no BS type cameo. And he's also very creative too. So if you can learn, that's really cool. But in the high level, you're just not gonna see Shunjiko. Like there's no optimal team with Shunjiko. Shunjiko kind of just fits in with everyone, but he's not the best option for like any character in the game. Honestly, I truly think that Darius is like the worst cameo in the game. I'm not gonna lie. Like you might as well use Tremor, with like Reiko, get the grab combos, and you just don't see Darius anymore. I just think that Darius is probably like the worst cameo in the game. So so this is my tier list. I'm gonna make some changes and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so this is my final tiers. I made some small changes in S tier, but A, B, and C look good, so I'm gonna leave it as like that. But I did make some changes in S tier. I do think Kano might be better than Pharah. I think Kano might be the best cameo in the game, honestly. Like, I've come to the conclusion I think Chameleon is somewhat better than Serena. And like, I'm trying not to be biased because I do main Chameleon. Like, even though you do lose health and the damage sucks, like, the amount of like tools you get with the game is really good. The Chameleon overhead is very risky, but it is not fuzzy blockable. It's literally a guess, because it is the most unreactable cameo overhead in the game compared to like Scorpion or Sonya. And J Glade pressure is really good, very good neutral, very good way to close the distance, get in, go for your pressure. And the fan lift is still really, really strong and comes in handy with a lot of characters. So I feel like the amount of tools that Chameleon has makes her slightly better than Serena, even though she really just does lack damage. She really, really, really does lack damage. But if you really think about it, like, Chameleon is literally the combination of Serena, Sonya, and Sub-Zero. It would feel wrong to put Chameleon under Serena, Sonya, or Sub-Zero, because it'd be kind of weird, because she's literally the combination of those 3 cameos. Just very versatile. It goes well with everyone. That's why I feel like maybe she might have the lead. But like I said, this is my final tier list. Like I said, this is just my opinion. There's no wrong answer. And just leave a comment if you think this is accurate, or like what would you change in this tier list. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next video, and bye.